Hello everyone and welcome to another XY Wi-Fi battle. I'm the champion Marks, and before we begin the actual battle narration, I would just like to apologize for the drought in content. My excuse? Finals. That is all. But, however, to make up for the drought, I'm going to attempt with the most power that I can put into a task to try and get 4 videos instead of 2 out this week. So I'll have double the content to hopefully make up for the content drought. Anyway, let us actually get into the battle, which is a multi-battle versus with all of my buddies on Skype. We have Kevin and Maslo on the other side, Maslo with Talonflame, Kevin with Archeops, and I've got Franklin on my side with his shiny Mr. Mime. To begin the battle, I lead off with my Mawile, Mega Evolve, and Talonflame is going to go for the Brave Bird on Mr. Mime. It's not going to kill it, however, because I did get the Intimidate thanks to Mawile's normal form having Intimidate. However, Archeops manages to dodge my Sucker Punch and go for the taunt, preventing Mr. Mime from setting up its Reflect. Because of this, Frankie decides to switch out as Mr. Mime, as it may be useful later, and decides to go out into his Slurpuff. As I go for the Sucker Punch on Archeops, it is rather frail, and with Mega Mawile evens, its huge attack stat, I know it's going to KO. I decided to go for Archeops instead of Talonflame because while yes, Talonflame is a larger threat, Mega Mawile can't really hurt Talonflame that well since Sucker Punch is out-prioritized by Brave Bird, and both of its stabs are resisted. So yeah, I decided to go for Archeops, as Archeops does have a respectable attacking stat of its own, and can actually be hit. But now, Talonflame is going to decide to go for another Brave Bird onto Slurpuff, doing not a whole heck of a lot, and getting its Citrus Berry thanks to recoil damage. So now that it has lost its item, it is free to go for Acrobatics, as Maslo is rather fond of carrying both for some reason. While Kevin has his Tyranitar, which he sent in after Archeops, and goes for the Earthquake to do no damage to Talonflame, do a good chunk to Slurpuff, and kill off my Mega Mawile, as Slurpuff gets its Citrus Berry and activates its Unburden, as well getting a Calm Mind up in the same shot. So now it has doubled speed, as well as boosted special attack and special defense. Pretty threatening, if I do say so myself. Now, Frankie told me that he was going to go for the Surf on this next turn, so I decided to send in the perfect thing of which I decided to bring, which just so happens to be a Dryskin Heliolisk, which that matches up with Surf pretty darn well, considering that not only do I not get hurt by it, but I get healed by it, which gets rid of a majority of the damage of which Talonflame inflicted on me with its Acrobatics. Sadly, I did lose my balloon in that process, but Talonflame does go down with my Heliolisk only taking all of 2 damage, I believe, as I do go for a Focus Blast, of which Tyranitar swiftly avoids and goes for an Iron Head to do quite a bit of damage to Slurpuff. However, leaves it with just enough HP to be able to live the Sandstorm. And funny thing here is that Kevin actually brought a Mega Tyranitar and was just completely derping and forgot to Mega Evolve for like 3 turns or something. However, he finally decides to actually activate his Mega Evolution, but it really doesn't matter this turn because Mega Tyranitar gets to do absolutely nothing, because first off, Exploud, Scarfed, goes for a Boom Burst to do quite a significant chunk of damage to my Heliolisk, not a whole lot to Tyranitar, and gets rid of Slurpuff, which it actually outran Slurpuff because Franklin is not running max speed on his Slurpuff and only relies on Unburden for his speed. Questionable on his part, at least by my logic, but hey, Franklin's got away with his crazy bullshit EV spreads before, so I have no means to question him. Also, I sort of missed it, but I killed off Mega Tyranitar with a Focus Blast. Thank goodness I didn't miss that time. And now, Maslo is going to go for the Boom Burst again, regardless of that it's going to very much damage his partner Kevin's Alakazam, because he was kind of pissed off at Kevin for forgetting to Mega Evolve for like 3 turns in a row. But anyway, Boom Burst is going to KO my Heliolisk while doing no damage to Mr. Mime thanks to its soundproof ability, and Mr. Mime is going to live Alakazam's Dazzling Gleam with just enough HP to be able to get off a Light Screen, as well before dying to the Sandstorm. Now this does leave me and Frankie with our last 2 Pokemon, Talonflame and Skuntank, while Kevin and Maslow still having 3 Pokemon in total. However, it doesn't really matter that much that they have a lead in Pokemon, as we are actually going to be able to KO both Pokemon on the field right now, with my Talonflame getting an insta-KO on Exploud with the Adamant Life-Orbed Brave Bird, and Franklin just happened to bring a Scarf Skuntank and is able to outrun Alakazam and kill it off with the Night Slash. Now that leaves a score at 2-1, with Maslow's last Pokemon being Ampharos. Most likely a Mega Ampharos, but since we do have 2 Pokemon on the field, in contrast to his 1, we are fairly certain that we will be able to get out of this alive, as on the first turn, we are going to be able to get off 2 hits, with my Talonflame going for the Life-Orbed Brave Bird once again, which is not going to do a whole lot, as a Mega Ampharos is quite bulky and resistant to it thanks to the electric typing. I could have gone for a Flare Blitz, however, since it gains part Dragon typing, it would also have resisted that. And Frankie is going to go for the Night Slash with his Skuntank to do quite a good amount of damage, leaving Ampharos with enough HP to take 1 more hit before getting KO'd by the Night Slash, as Ampharos goes for the Thunderbolt, takes out Talonflame, and on the next turn goes for a Thunder Wave in order to paralyze Skuntank and hopefully last a few more turns thanks to Parahax. Which now, Mega Ampharos is going to go for the Focus Blast, with the Focus Blast, as my Heliolisk did, but because the Light Screen was still intact, it would not have mattered at all, as Skuntank gets the KO with the Night Slash, and that is the game, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching this Pokemon XY narrated Wi-Fi battle. I hope to bring you more content in the future, and as always, please leave any constructive feedback you may have in the comments as well. If there's anything that you would like to see me do to improve, or like to see me do in the future for content, please also leave your feedback in the comments. That should be all for now. Comment, rate, sub, and I will see you all later. Marks out.